To hear the latest on what you need to know about the pro-life movement and the Great White North, we go now to our next guest. Mary Ellen Douglas is the national organizer for Campaign Life Coalition. She joins us from Kingston in Ontario, Canada. Mary Ellen, thanks for your time.
Oh, thank you for asking me. I appreciate it.
Now, in October of last year, there was a new law that passed in Ontario that restricts pro-lifers from protesting within 50 to 150 meters outside of abortion clinics, pharmacies, and doctors' offices. This new bubble zone law, as it's called, will it impact Canada's National March for Life this week?
No, it won't. Only in the technical phase of it. We will not pass the Morgenthaler obituary. The people in Ottawa still picket with outside of the limit. What it does do for them on a regular basis is they can't directly speak to the women where lives can be saved. But for the March for Life, we'll just reroute. A lot of streets in Ottawa will go a different way, but we'll be there. You know, we're pro-lifers. They give us lemon, you make lemonade.
There you go, and keep on moving forward. What are other pro-life concerns you have about Canada that our viewers should know about? Can you give us a sense of what's going on there?
Well, the fact that we have someone who is the prime minister who is very pro-abortion, doing his best to stop any type of pro-life activity, you may know that he's put in place restrictions on us receiving summer grant programs unless you attest to the fact that you are pro-abortion. This is how bad things are in Canada. And groups like Campaign Life Coalition said we will not sign that attestation. And as it turned out, things worked out fine because our people got together and made sure that we had the donations we need without the government to fund students. And many groups are doing that. They attacked the church as well, who had summer camps, anyone who had any pro-life position. And many of them have taken a strong stand to say, this is freedom of speech, this is our tax money, and we're not going to tolerate this. So hopefully we won't tolerate it with another election coming up next year with this prime minister.
Well, thank you for speaking up for life. The theme for Canada's National March for Life is pro-life all in. What's the message behind that theme?
Well, it means that as pro-lifers, we have to stay together on this. We can't be splitting up, doing different things all over. This is a march, a national march for life, so we want everybody to participate in it. The march has grown since it first began 21 years ago, and we've now seen more than 20,000 people coming to Ottawa for this. There are regional marches in each of the provinces where people who can't travel that far have the same ability to be there at the same time with us in unity across the country. And that's what the all in signifies, that we're all together.
That's great to hear. Mary Ellen, you've been involved in Canada's pro-life movement for over 40 years. I'm curious, what have you noticed about the pro-life movement today? What are new challenges and opportunities facing Canada?
Well, it may be surprising to say that the challenges I see now are not new. I just had the opportunity to go through the very old files from the 70s and 80s, and everything is pretty well the same. It's all coming back again. The letters we wrote in the early 80s, we could put out there now because it's a whole new generation. They're using different vehicles with the internet, and our whole focus was on sending letters. And I didn't even have a fax machine when I started. I used to marvel at a fax machine, and now we progressed so much, but the message hasn't changed. This is a human being, is what we're saying now, and what we said in 1971 all the way through. And the object of trying to get MPs in Parliament who will stand up for life is still there. Each time we go around through an election, it becomes a little more difficult, especially when you have someone like Justin Trudeau at the helm. His father, Pierre Trudeau, was the one who brought in the abortion legislation, opened the floodgates to this in 1971. And then in 1988, the Supreme Court struck down the entire law. So we're in a state of lawlessness here, and there is no protection for the unborn child right up till birth.
Well, thank you for your work. Mary Ellen Douglas, National Organizer for Campaign Life Coalition.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.